Okay, we gotta work on.
Always have plans and. All right, good luck, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
We're gone next week, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and we will too.
Yeah, everybody's gone.
Yeah, we're.
I'm gone, I'm
on
not.
Tuesday, so.
Right. Oh, yeah, see you on Tuesday, that's right. I'm glad you said that, because I keep forgetting.
So the plan to do things at full speed didn't quite work out last week, so we'd like to, yeah, we did a little bit.
At the,
The goal last week was to try to do the dance at normal speed instead of a slow speed.
uh-huh.
And
Oh, during the lesson you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
during the
Oh, I
lesson,
thought you meant you
yeah.
tried it somewhere else.
No. So I think we should continue that, but we still have elements of the basic technique, we're not quite there yet. Like I noticed that when I do the, this, I tend to step to the side as opposed to back to the next
The
step.
one foot is supposed to go back, but it goes.
Are you talking about the Viennese waltz or
Yeah,
the
the
quick
Viennese
shift?
waltz.
Okay, just to make sure we're on the same dance.
I mean, I should be going
Uh-huh.
back.
Uh-huh.
That's why we kept running to the railing, you know.
We're
So
doing something.
yeah, we want to get so that we can go on a straight line, at least work on that.
Which got way better from
Yeah,
last
yeah.
week,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And then also the
Change step?
Yeah,
looking
change
at it?
step.
Yeah, or
So to work
progressive.
on that, and we'll start out somewhat slow, but then let's see if we can build up the speed and
Okay.
get it going.
Okay,
And then the same with the quick step. The quick step, I noticed that I'm doing step, and I'm not pivoting, you know.
oh,
Yeah, well,
through the
wrong way, I'm not pivoting.
yeah,
I tend to go 1, 2, step
Yeah.
back, step back, you know. So I want to.
at least you know.
Yeah, no, I
Most times, I tell people and
Yeah.
they don't fully get it when you see it.
Yeah.
And you get it like, oh, I know, yeah.
Just like golf, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. I can't do it though, but you know.
All right,
So
so
let's
Viennese first?
Let's do Viennese first. Well, okay, we're gonna try to. So the things that we've noticed that we have to work on is that, I think you said big step and then a small step. Big step and small step for both of us, you know.
Yeah.
Because.
Whoever's going forward
Yeah.
has the greatest distance to
Yeah.
travel, so they have to move in the bigger steps. Whoever's going backwards has the smallest
Right.
area to travel and are on the inside of the rotation. So when I'm going forward, I really want to open.
Yeah.
So you see how when I took that second step, how I'm opening the feet, and then it kind of closes when it crosses. It doesn't close your feet, but it gets more compact, obviously,
Yeah.
on the cross. But it's easy to go faster and not a bigger step, and then end up, like putting that foot down too
Right,
soon.
right.
Instead of getting the nice open, right, and then little, and then big.
Yeah, see, if we look at the video, you can see that you tell us to take a big step, but compared to you, we're not taking a big step. You know, so-
Oh, yeah, you can
I
take
mean,
some big
but-
ones.
but-
That was
but
nice.
I wasn't doing that
Yeah,
big, see?
yeah.
But till I looked at the video and I said, how come, you're taking, when you say big, you mean big?
Right. And that first step, you're moving towards her. So she has to be able to,
Yeah.
but the second step, you're kind of moving past her.
Uh-huh.
So that one,
Can be bigger.
yeah, so if I go big and then I end up going
Yeah,
smaller.
yeah.
So this is a nice size because I want the drive, but then this is,
Okay,
Like-
the second, see,
yeah,
I don't think I take a big second step either.
right,
So-
right.
And I am worried that I'm gonna go step into her if
Yeah.
I take too big a
Yeah.
step.
So if you come forward though, you don't have to worry about stepping towards me or stepping on me. Whoop, did you get the
Whoop.
cross?
No, I didn't.
I couldn't see, but it didn't feel like it.
Woo! I kind of lost my balance and got over twirled.
But see, do you see how, again, I'm going to do less as you go more. I back off. I go. You feel my power on that second one when you're going backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah. Move past her. She goes. Whoop.
That was wrong.
Yeah. Because you didn't get your cross in front? Yeah. Mhm. 1, 2, 3, 1. And
See, if I take too big a step, then she has to
yeah,
catch
and
up.
what happened is that when you went backwards on the first part, you want to make sure and go back, side, together. In fact, let me just do this next to you. We'll both do your part. Because when I step back, I'm going to kind of turn. Do you see how I'm turning in? Because then I'm going to kind of move out of the track for him, back. Then I can use the ball of the foot, and then I'm going to just pull this foot all the way together. Yeah. Okay, let me just do those 3 steps. So I'm curving back, back, and close. You see how compact that was? Then I'm going to step down the line, right? And I'm going to go, in fact, let me get on this side of you, because you're going to be turning this way when you do the part I want you to see. Forward, side. You see how big my step is here? And then cross. And make sure that, do you see how my back heel is off the floor? Yeah. So as soon as I cross, again, I'm making sure that back heel, it never touches the floor, but this is the most important place to make sure that it's not touching. All your weight's on the forward foot. And then you're ready to start all over again after that. Yeah. So if I do it with you one time, and I'm going to go slow, it's easier for me to pace it so that you can, so you're going to kind of step into the curve. And then I'm going to take a big step. You're going to use the ball of the foot, and then remember you're going to draw your right foot to your left as I cross. Whoop.
I'm sorry.
Yep. So you're doing back and close. Yeah. Then I'm going to do, we're just switching parts now. So you're going to put that foot down.
Oh, wait. this
Yeah.
goes
And then you're going to step
left.
forward with your left. And you're going to go forward, big step, and cross. Then we start over. I go. And then we're kind of out of room, but you would go next. Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. You want to try it together? Okay. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. And you know what I noticed when you two do it together? Okay. You're kind of far apart from each other, and if you're constantly trying to go around each other, the farther you are, the more you have to move to get
I was trying to
around.
hold my arm out like you said.
Yeah,
closer,
let's do
but-
that. So think about keeping, your hands, and then bring this, so keeping the shoulder nice and relaxed, and I'm gonna just kind of stretch your arms. Can you relax that right shoulder? There you go. You feel me stretching it out this way? That's it. And then when you bring this hand up, it's going to be right here.
Fall back that far.
Yeah.
Ah.
If she's close, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if the hand's there,
Yeah.
she's going to be way over there, right? So if she's here, and this one looks good already. There. Yeah. And then as you take this hand, again, I'm just going to work. Yeah. Do you see how that's
Oh,
a
boy.
different, little
It
different
feels
feeling,
really
right?
different. Yeah, back it feels some tension in my.
And my elbows a
Does
little
that
bit.
hurt your?
No.
Okay. Just as long as it doesn't create pain there.
It just feels way out of what I'm used to doing.
But it actually looks really nice from the back here because it looks, because you have a nice frame, you have a nice shoulder line, and just that extension keeps it, where sometimes if you look at me from behind, you see how it's balanced?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of like this. It's exaggerated, but
Okay, for the camera, we're gonna rotate.
so camera can see.
The camera can see.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to look like.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay, here
And
we go.
again, as you start
see that
dancing,
my hand going
I was
this
going to
way.
say, as you
Yeah.
start dancing, because that's the
Yeah.
normal place you're used to having
Yeah.
it further away.
Yeah.
And you see how you're standing closer together now? Yeah, yeah.
Ready?
Now here's another tip, Elliot. When you're rotating, you're rotating to the left, but it's easy to kind of want to look just there. So I'm turning this way, but you see I'm looking there. So as I'm turning, the head's going to rotate with the body. Do you see how everything just... But if I stop the head rotating and the body rotates, it starts to come over here on this side. You see that, instead of it staying.
I wasn't even aware of what I was doing in my head.
But it actually helps you get around. So you're looking here,
Uh-huh.
and as you're turning, your vision's going to keep coming around this
But
way.
my head doesn't turn,
No.
sorry, the body turns the head.
Yeah, but what you've been doing is you've been turning the body, and the head hasn't been turning with it,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So just it's all going together. As your body turns, your head turns.
Oh.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Yeah, now that time you didn't cross in front.
Oh,
Yeah.
we didn't cross the
Yeah,
front.
yeah, that's what happened. So you're going to keep looking over here, Elliot, to your left as you rotate. Keep looking to the left, keep looking. Now look around where you're going. Yeah. So that's what I always do is that I pick, first of all, I'm going to look here, then I'm going to look there. So I don't just look at everything going around so I get dizzy. So I'm thinking about focused areas. Obviously my head's going all the way around, but I'm focusing there, I'm focusing here, focusing there. So I focus here, focus there, focus here, focus there, if I kept going. One, look over here, and look over to the corner. Uh-huh.
Somehow you're having trouble getting.
Yeah, she's not crossing.
The last step, she stumbles into that sort of.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
I get all mixed up because I'm.
You mixed up with what your feet are doing there? Okay.
Well, work with her.
You want me to go through that again?
Yeah.
Work with her, get her going right. So see here, instead of right here, here. So I'm keeping you close. Okay, so we have back, side, close, and then forward.
My left foot?
Uh-huh. Forward, side, cross. Uh-huh. So when you do that, let's do that forward side cross one more time with your left foot, because it feels like when you come forward, you're kind of coming forward with, so you're forward left foot, forward, yeah. So when you're coming forward, let me do this one more time. So if I did this, now go ahead and step forward and cross, yeah. Do you see staying there instead of
There.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah? So as you come forward, we'll do it from the beginning again. So same thing, if I step forward towards you like this,
Yeah,
you see how that feels? Yeah. Okay, so back, side, close, forward, whoop, your head's coming forward. There you go. Forward and cross. Back, side, close, forward and cross.
That was better.
We just fit that one in there too.
Yeah.
Just enough space. Actually, I think they might have more space going this way. I think it's a little bit longer. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then let me go back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 1, and cross. 2, 3, and cross. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better, right?
You did it right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can fit it in a little bit easier. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
As he's adjusting camera there. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Good. You feeling dizzy? A lot of rotating in the same
Yeah.
direction there when we did. And then we did the one, well, we are practicing doing more than one at a time too, but doing the change steps sometimes, like we did, the progressive step, breaks that up too. 1, 2, 3.
See, for some reason when I went across, I hit your foot, so I don't know why you did that.
Somehow we're.
Yeah, so
out of
you're
balance.
kind of stepping
Yeah.
away, you're not staying this
Yeah.
underneath, yeah. Try try feet a couple more times here.
I'm gonna kind of more toward the
You're
camera.
doing kind of at a diagonal, okay.
'Cause
Okay.
Otherwise you a lot of freedom.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
See, I stepped right on your foot.
Yep, you did step on his foot that time. Definitely
I'm
did.
not sure why is your foot
Let me
there?
just see that one more time.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1. Well, we didn't make the
I was
turn.
trying to make sure I didn't step on your foot.
Yeah, and I
Just
think
go around.
when you're doing the back part, if I do this with Elliot one time, oops, I just picked this up off the floor and I'm like twisting it around my finger. If you do the back part more compact. And then I would say, be careful of holding this hand a little bit close to you because it does kind of pull me a little bit out of my position. So I'm going to stay close here, but be careful of this hand, right? Because then it pulls me out of my feet a little bit.
Okay.
Yay! 3 of them. Was that 3 or 4?
3.
3 in a row.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Alright, so. If I'm not around, don't keep going, because it's like you're going and I'm not
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, you kind of stalled out.
She
So
hit my foot again.
when you step forward, did she hit this one?
Yeah.
She did this foot go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she hit your whole leg.
I'm gonna let her hold my peeling
Then you
machine.
make sure I
You're right, really.
go one step at a time to see what I do wrong. It's, I can't seem to be doing.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Now, right here. That's it. Make sure you're balanced over this right foot. There you go. Okay. Now, can you go? 1, 2.
You know, I didn't get her away if she came right through me. What was the combination of the two?
Yeah, so it's right here when you're crossed, right, and she's closed, and she's going to take that step forward, right? So, and make sure that you're looking over on this side. And your balance is over just the front foot, right? Yeah. Yeah, so when you step forward with your left foot, let me just show you one thing here. Do that with you again. Okay, here. And now when you step forward with your left foot here, yeah, can you again notice that you're doing that? Yeah.
Okay, I was trying not to do
Uh-huh.
that without it.
Yeah, there you go. So go ahead and step forward again. That's it. And stay back even a little bit. There you go. That's it. Okay. Then. Yeah, I think that helped right
Yeah.
there. Because I think you're still wanting to come
Go to,
from
I
here.
was putting my foot down too soon.
And I don't know whether he would, if it was kind of tight, you know, I said it kind of pulls us forward if it is a little bit tight. But you did it with me too, and I was definitely making sure that I didn't hold you tight. And I feel like you're moving off to your left of me
Okay.
instead of,
That's right.
yeah. Yeah, let's do that again. And if you, when you take your very first step back, I'm going to talk about what part of the foot that I'm going to have you put on the floor. So when you step back here, you're going to go toe heel. And I think that you don't normally put the heel down and balance over that foot. So then by the time you get a little further, you're a little bit out of balance. So you're balanced over that foot. So let's do that one more time. So it's toe heel. And you get to be slower here because I've got to get all the way to the other side. Then I come around. And now you're leaning on me. Put yourself back there. That's it. That's it. Okay, so when you took that step, you came over top of me and it knocks me out of balance. Put your heel down. Yeah, did you do that? I think you did that time, yeah. 1, 2, 3. That was a nice one.
Okay.
Let's just do that one more time. Because that was easier for me to get around her that time too. Make sure you're putting the heel down on the very first step. 1, 2, 3. And now stepping forward with your heel. 1. And you're kind of diving with your head. 1. That's it. Let's do that again. 1. And even, that's it.
Okay.
1. It's not, you have to put your head back further.
It's just mine.
It's this.
Chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your head, if I put my head back further and this is still forward, I just need to lift this up.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so right here where my necklace is, instead of pitched downward, just lift it up. It doesn't mean this either, because you don't want your head to go back too far. So you're going to step forward with your left foot, with this, your sternum up. And your head doesn't need to be that far back. That's it. There, just there. And then take a step forward with your left foot. That's it. There you go. See, that's nice and smooth right now, right?
Yeah.
Before you had like a little jerk into that. Yeah. And you have plenty of time to take this step. It's not rushed at this point. Then I turn and then you cross. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
it's just, let me just do it slower like that, because it's easier for me to slow things down, because I can control them a little easier. Okay, heel down. Yeah, so that's, I think, I don't feel you get, as you get over that foot, that's when I get past you.
Okay.
But if you never get all the way over that foot, I can't get past you.
They don't do that.
And then, and when you're over it, there. Yeah. Okay, let's do that one more time. Yeah, perfect. That's really good. In fact, now that's actually inviting me across to you instead of stopping me. Yeah. And then stepping forward, head's coming forward. Yep. So this doesn't change. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are just like, some important little pieces of the footwork and the body position. But yeah, the first part I thought was really good, but when you took the step forward, you were
Went that way,
definitely like
yeah.
that.
Okay.
But the back part you just did in the beginning was the best one you've done so far.
We didn't quite make the turn.
Yeah. But that was a bit better. You still were losing this a little bit? Yeah? So again, your legs, when your legs swing forward, it has nothing to do with this, right? It doesn't. And if I know, if I'm doing the ladies' part, and this is a good drill for you too, to understand where you're going. So if I know he's heading towards the camera, my back step and my forward step has to keep going towards that. So if I step over here, it's not going to keep moving that direction.
Okay.
So that's good for the lady to understand that too, because she can put her foot down in a direction that makes it harder for the man to get around.
1, 2, 3, 1.
That was better. That was better. It did go off a little bit, but you did like, again, 3 or 4 of them.
If you end up facing this way, you really can't get back on course.
Right, right.
So we didn't beat enough turn of it.
But the first, yeah, it kind of, the second one got a little bit off and then it started drifting after. After you start drifting off, it's hard to correct it.
Oh, 1.
What? Yeah, you're not gonna make this one around there? Yeah.
The second one?
Yeah.
The third one, second one, go.
Yeah, and I feel like when I go backwards, especially the person going forward needs to make sure that they're moving that way. So if I'm the person going backwards, I'm curving off of that a little bit, so I kind of open the door for my partner to get in that direction. Then he opens the door for me to go, I open the door for him to go, he opens the door for me to go. So the person that's moving backwards has to make space for the person moving forward.
That was better.
That was the best one so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still really work to make sure you turn it off, I mean, like we're on a ragged edge and not making it.
There's still a few things that aren't fully accurate. When you're going backwards, you're not really closing your feet all the way together. So you're kind of doing like that instead of, so that gives, so stepping, it doesn't have to be a big step, but do you see how I draw it in?
Together.
So then you get out of the way.
Draw it
together.
in.
When am I out of the way when
Well, if your feet aren't together, I can't pass you easy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Whereas if they're together, you're narrower,
Uh-huh.
easier to pass you.
Close.
So you didn't really even come over 90 degrees off.
And when you went forward, so when you're the one going forward, right, you're going with your left foot towards the camera. Right foot has to also, do you see how it's going towards? Yeah, yeah, and it'll be moving more sideways, but it's still moving in that direction instead of that way, right? That direction, yes. And I'm going to move that direction. You keep moving that way. I keep moving.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like you just kind of keep adding a little bit more information. And yeah, and that makes it easier if you're closer together, the smaller circle. Now, the first part, you're feeling him move and you're trying to keep up with him.
I think I am.
But you need to take a smaller step and like, so when you step back here, now you're gonna open. So if you're the door, you see how you open the door so I can get past you? Yeah. So you're going back, open the door, close.
But isn't she taking too big a first step?
She could take a little bit smaller step
It's
still.
like almost the
My
size
bad.
of-
Not the first step, but the second step.
This step,
Wait, the
which
first one
step
has
is
to be
going?
big
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
It's this one.
of that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
take a little bit smaller and a little bit longer. So you can stand here a little bit longer. That's why I want you to make sure and put the heel down. I think you go too fast off this foot because you're not dropping the heel.
Yeah.
And then, let me get over there. You wait here. Yeah.
Okay.
And then now, notice I wait and you go ahead and move. And then this foot, you're only going to use the ball of the foot. Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. You see how I gotta go over here? Now I wait for you. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I was just doing like a little practice holding her shoulder,
Yeah.
just because I can control where you're moving a little bit more.
oh, I was leading funny.
You know, as soon as we started, I felt off
Like
balance.
a top wobbling and about to fall over. Let's see.
Yep, so we can get around, yeah.
We'll never get around.
Yeah, and
I
so,
was thinking this foot goes towards the
Yep.
camera,
yep,
but then what happened? I don't know what happened. All of
Then
a
you
sudden
cross.
stopped.
Yeah,
But then
because
I
we were
crossed.
facing here, we should.
But you stopped before, I thought I had my foot going towards the camera, so So I don't know what,
And then it's going towards the camera, and then it has to,
then I swivel,
then you have to swivel and
but
cross.
he
Yeah.
stopped, so I didn't.
He stopped because you didn't get, so when you're going towards the camera, so you're stepping forward with your left foot, and, now,
Ball of my foot.
Now, yeah, so you have to swivel first before you cross. Swivel, cross, there you go. Yeah, and it's just like, it's harder when you're both learning to synchronize, right? Because I could do it easier with each one of you,
Yeah.
because I'm understanding already what I'm doing. Yeah, so Elliot, I think that you could get a little bit further around yourself right here. So, all those little marks here on the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know if I noticed those before. Yeah, do that one more time. Pull that back foot out, put the forward heel down, pull the back one out of that locked position. Yeah. So as soon as, because you want to get it ready for the next step, you don't want to leave it there.
Yeah.
You want to get ready for this. So as soon as I cross, I pull that foot out, and then it's ready to go. Pull the foot out immediately. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because if you do this, you get stuck here. So when I'm crossing, watch when I cross. You see how that foot, it crosses, the back one immediately comes out. I don't get stuck in that position. One, two, three, four. So Linda, you didn't put your heel down on the very first step again. So you're challenging him to be able to get around you because you're moving. So your very first step, you're going to step onto it, and you have lots of time because he has to get all the way past you while you're standing there. Yeah.
See, when I stop the street, because we're facing here, as opposed to way over here, that's why I stop. But
Yeah.
The step is done when I stop. I don't stop before you.
Okay.
Yeah, because, and you didn't get quite all the way around. But you did stand on, especially the very first one you did, was the best one. You made your step smaller, you stood on the
Ready?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, a bit better though, right?
Yeah, we were showing you the second one, March.
I mean, we didn't do several, we only did one at a time up until like last week, right? So when you're doing the back half, I'm going to show you another little trick because I showed you more about on the forward part. So when you step back and you put this heel down, do you see how my toe is pointed towards the camera?
Right.
Now, if my toe is pointed here, then I'm going to end up here and it's going to be harder for him. So I'm going to point my toe to the camera and then close my feet.
Okay, so
Okay.
I go back.
So if you're going back towards the camera, you're going to go back that way. Put that heel down. Yep. And then leave this foot in front of you. So just take one step back. Now, when this step goes to the side, you're going to point it all the way to the camera. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And it's going to be a toe, not a heel. And then you're going to slide your feet together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the
Okay.
second step.
Now you do the forward with your left foot, and then move towards the camera. Now back, point to the camera. Forward, move to the camera, back, point to the camera.
So that was better. Yes.
And when I say point, the foot's pointing sooner than the body, right? So if I do this, my foot's pointing, but you notice my body's not there yet. But my foot's getting ready and opening this space for the man to go through. So if I'm here, I'm going to end up, but if I'm here, now when I bring my feet together, I'm turning all the way towards the camera. Whoop, see, so right there, you're doing it right away, right?
Yeah.
Your second step points to the camera with your left foot. To the camera. But that was a little bit better, right? It helped you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
around that time? Yeah?
Well, I was done and you were still going on a step.
Now, I want you to do the same thing. So when you do the first half, I'm pointing to the camera. Now you point your toe to the camera. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Now go ahead one more time. I point to the camera. Now you point to the camera. That just, again, turns you a little bit more.
Yeah, and then gives me a target to shoot
Yeah.
for when I pull my feet together, then it's kind of obvious.
Yeah. And it, again, opens that space for her to
Yeah.
get through a little easier so we can get her all the way over there. Camera. Now you to the camera. Now, I would say, Linda, it was like you were moving here, and so then this is just too far away from him, and you didn't take a straight road. You kind of went a little curve, so that you were closer, but you didn't make it quite as far as you'd want. Point to the camera. Now step straight. Yeah, so you still went, when you went forward, your second step went off that way instead of towards the camera. So I think you put it down before you've gotten your rotation.
And I didn't need my foot was aimed this way too, so if I didn't my foot down,
Yeah.
you would have been there and I would have been there.
Yep. So that's another little tweak that's gonna, once we get all these going at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
You see how I'm kind of aimed that way, but you're still,
Uh-huh.
you need to be all the way around here.
So when you come, if you do just the back part, say you were in the cross and you're gonna move back. 1, do you see where my foot is going here? Your foot goes over that
Yeah.
way and here, yeah?
So what step is that one on here?
Then I'm in the cross, then I step back, point to the camera, close. Move to the camera, back, point to the camera.
Let's go slow.
Point to the,
That's right.
uh-huh, uh-huh. Now he's gonna move, he's gonna continue to turn around so that when he steps back, 1,
It's my right foot, that right?
it's your left foot.
I mean, left foot.
Yeah.
I did move my left. And where is, you're gonna be where?
He's gonna step back, you're gonna step right in there, yeah. 1, 2, 3, yes! That was it. Do you see where you got to?
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, immediately you've got to pull that foot out, right? Because you don't want it to get
No, right.
flat right there because this.
One more time.
Well,
Yeah, the balance got off a little bit,
Yeah.
but you got to where you
Yeah.
wanted to go.
It's
So,
either I gotta get the footwork right.
Right.
And then we have to work on something else.
and here's another thing, Elliot. If you turn your head with you, so you're kind of here, but if you did this, do you
Yeah.
see how it's easy to keep your body moving around? So keep your eyes going around.
I'm sort of watching her.
Oh, yeah. So keep looking this way. There, that's it. Okay.
At that time, I was trying to avoid stepping on your foot.
But you should, because I'm stepping back,
I know,
so if you
but
just
I-
step forward straight, we should be
Whatever I
okay.
did, it wasn't right.
Because I'm trying to take a big step on the second
Yeah.
one, so we should be okay.
Okay, try it again.
Yeah, and you want to make sure when you're going back, though, that you don't move too much on that second step, right?
Because
'Cause
she's
she-
gotta come around.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's getting-
I feel like she's kind of rushing to get around, really trying hard to get around, but it doesn't feel natural. It's like,
Right.
it's a force to get around.
I think you're trying to go faster instead of moving more. You're just going a little bit faster. But
Yeah.
it's okay. It's getting better each time. We've got the direction that we want. There's so much to this dance,
Yes,
you know?
this big theory about we're gonna gradually increase the speed.
Yeah, right.
There's so much of that idea.
Well, you're moving pretty fast. Or
Really?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Keep looking left. Yeah.
It's just not
I
taking
think
off.
that when you look to the left,
Okay,
it did
so
help
make sure I-
because,
make sure I can
yeah,
keep it up.
because I think you could still get around further.
Ready?
Keep looking
1,
left.
2,
Keep
3,
looking all the way around where you want to end up.
3.
Yeah, do you see where you're looking now? We were looking over that way when we were heading that way, but now you want to look over here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because remember we were going that
Yeah,
way
yeah, right,
originally,
right,
so
right.
now we're looking, so you're going to look, and I'm going to stand over here and I want you to find me on the second half. So I want you to look left on the first half. Keep looking left. Now look around, find me. Yeah. 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 Sorry, try that again. Look left. Look all the way around here. Uh-huh. And then look left again. Look left. Keep coming all the way around here. Uh-huh. Look left. Keep coming all the way around. Through there. Yeah. Yeah.
Exhausting.
Because you're holding your breath too, right?
Man. But, you know.
You want me to do one? I'll give you a break.
Without getting this move down, we're doomed.
Well, you know, it helps because the momentum.
That was the best one we've done together too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm just, my feet are moving, but the momentum is carrying me also, so.
And I felt like on the cross, I was slowing down a little bit on your cross there, but I felt like I could keep a little bit more of the timing that time. Yeah, and you know what I feel like when you're doing the cross, it almost feels like you're
I'm not.
like stepping it out
Yeah.
instead of kind of gliding. And my feet have to be turning on the floor instead of,
Okay.
right? So I'm going, right? That rotation there, you can see, you can probably right up next to the camera. Right, and I feel a little bit that you're stepping instead of, you feel that, me sliding around you
Yeah.
sort of there? So if I went, right?
No.
Yeah, right, then, yeah. So I've got to skim the floor, better.
Is that better?
You're definitely going faster too.
Yeah.
Do I start with you now?
That was good.
If I can get you to get the feeling individually, you know, then it's
Yeah.
easier to get it. Mm-hmm. So feel something from you that goes a little bit like you're tipped a little bit right
and
when you're
I'm-
crossing.
Let me pay attention to my head turning. You know,
Yeah.
I was more just making sure.
Oh, okay, it might have been that too. Yep, that fixed it. Nice. Yeah, so that's for both of you, that's getting better. At least you can do it with a teacher. That's a good start for sure. Yay!
Not quite the same, but
But that was the best one that you did together too after that, right? But remember we said like sometimes it's easier to kind of just separate you for a little bit because when both partners are learning something new, it definitely is more challenging.
it's getting busy.
Takes practice to do this.
Ready? Well, we kind of.
Yeah. Well,
And you probably won't do that many.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you could, but you don't have
Yeah,
to.
probably do two at the most.
Yeah.
So
So-
why don't we, okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, let's practice one time. I'm gonna do 2, I think there's enough space, and then the change step at the end. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. Change step, change step, change step. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Because then that, and we did it where we just did 1 and did a change step.
Uh-huh.
This is another good way to practice too, because of doing 1 of them, 2 change steps, and then do it again. It gives a similar look, but you're not just spinning the whole time,
Yeah.
right? I think that's what we did last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, two, three, one.
Change step, change step.
Oh, okay, you want me to do the one and then the change?
Yeah. You want me to do it with you one time first? See, that gives you still the feeling of
Yeah.
rotating and moving around the floor, but you're just not, you can get really dizzy doing just that step over and over.
We need the reverse step to unwind.
Right, and that is another pattern, the natural
Oh,
turn.
okay. Wait, too close, my arm is hitting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring my arm
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in the glass. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got mixed up too on the change step, the first change step.
I think you did it right, but I think it gives you the opportunity too, if you don't make it all the way around,
Yeah.
let's say you made it to here, just kind of angle that change step
Yeah.
to make up the rest of the
Right.
rotation.
Okay, let's try
Yeah.
it.
That's a good plan. If we're gonna be good, then.
Yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh,
I hit my foot.
and then we didn't make enough rotation, so then I got kind of.
Yeah, so when you ended up this way, you kind of did your change steps here and then tried to turn, but go
Yeah.
ahead and turn your
Yeah,
change
right.
step back to the direction that you want to move.
This is.
Oh, this is different.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now face the camera.
What am I doing?
With an outside partner.
I'm doing some
I
funny
wanted
other
to-
stuff.
Actually, that's something that you can do,
Yeah, I know, but-
you want to do it because you're meaning to, not because.
The accidental dancer. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Now, you're getting way under turn now. You know what I mean? You're only making it to here instead of back there.
Yeah.
Let me do it with you one more time. I'm not sure if you're thinking that's where you want to go, or.
No, no, no. 1, 2, 3, 1. Well, see, I messed up. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, and
And then you went outside partner.
Then I kind of got.
Yeah, so your
stuck.
change step, what you want, you're just going to go forward left, forward right, and start the turn again. Forward left, forward right. Yeah, let's do it one more time for me. I like that accidental dancer. 1, 2, 3, 1. Forward left, forward right, and rotate. Forward left, forward right. Yeah. So that kind of gives you a break in between. And then eventually you could add the turn that rotates to the right, and that's how you set it up. So you'll know that's the setup for also turning the other direction.
Yeah.
You're okay? Take a few deep breaths. Okay. Change that. Uh-huh. And Linda, you're gonna go back that way. I think you're stopping
Go
yourself
that way,
over
yeah.
there. Remember, keep backing towards the camera. Back up towards the camera. Yeah. So it's ending up going, we're not getting all the way around on the, just the basic turn anymore. Yeah, see, it wasn't getting there, it kind of started heading over that direction. So that we don't want to lose what we had on that rotation. 1, 2, 3. Up, where are you going?
That's wrong.
And remember to keep looking to the left
Yeah.
too.
I was trying to look, but that's a far way to turn all that far around, because we're not turning enough, you know, so it's.
Yeah, keep looking right away. When you changed and looked to the left, that felt really different when I danced it with you. Look to the left, now look all the way around. All the way around, that was better. Look left, look all the way back towards the camera. There you go. That's it. Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, I think you were just, your focus
Yeah.
ended up going that way, so it's funny, wherever you look, that's where you end up
There you
going.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've had a couple different tries, and then, so I'm big agenda, like that's the one thing, so much for speeding it up or anything. Really?
You're going fast though. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Get all the way towards the camera and change step and change step. Yeah.
That was better.
Okay.
That was better.
One last set.
Do you want to do it with the song? one?
Yeah.
Okay.
This time we'll go in a circle,
Yeah.
because otherwise we just.
Square. Whatever. A circle.
Right, if you want to just do it back and forth, you can. If you want to go, if you want to make sure you go in the alignment, but whatever you want is fine. Okay, so. Okay, so this one is going to be. Yes, good. 1, 2, 3, 1. happening is when you're doing the hesitation and then you're doing just the left one and then coming out instead of doing the right one.
Oh, is that what happened?
So then you're on the wrong foot.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was actually really quite nice. You
Not
danced,
bad.
and that was faster too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like I was following you
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, we
It
did
was-
better.
We did
We-
different
this
things,
is
I thought,
progress.
at least I'm following
And
some of it.
I have to say that it's much harder to do Viennese waltz in a
Yes,
small, or
yeah.
quick step in a small floor
Right,
like
right.
this, because you have to keep managing the
Right,
corners, you know. Even on that floor out there would
Yeah.
be way easier,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's still like compared to like, you know,
Uh-huh.
big champion
No, I feel
floor.
we made progress.
Yeah.
So much for our 3-part lesson.